Remember when Donald Trump was a reality TV hack with a presidential dream, and when he promised the American people that he would drain the swamp? Well, if you ask me, Capitol Hill has surpassed swampiness and has become a full-blown jungle, specifically a real-life version of the Jungle Book, except only the mean snakes and crocodiles are left. Since January, Trump has shed his shiny, orangey candidate skin and has emerged as the president who does what he wants and not what the people want. So it's no surprise that last night during a rally in Cedar Rapids that Trump contradicted his draining of the swamp anti-Wall Street slogan and defended his appointment of extra affluent former Wall Street banker Wilbur Ross as Secretary of Commerce. See for yourself.
You appoint a rich person to be in charge of the economy. I said, no, it's true. And Wilbur's a very rich person in charge of commerce. I said, because that's the kind of thinking we want. I mean, you know, really, because they're representing the country. They don't want the money. They're representing the country. And they had to give up a lot to take these jobs. They gave up a lot. When you get the president, this is the president of Goldman Sachs, smart. Having him represent us, he went from massive paydays to peanuts, to little tiny. I'm waiting for them to accuse him of wanting that little amount of money. They wanted that. But these are people that are great, brilliant business minds, and that's what we need, that's what we have to have, so the world doesn't take advantages of it. We can't have the world taking advantage of us anymore. And I love all people, rich or poor, but in those particular positions, I just don't want a poor person. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you insist, I'll do it, but I like it better this way, right?
Yep, I just don't want to hire a poor person. There you have it, ladies and gents. The president just doesn't believe in a person's value if they aren't rich like him. And to all the lower class individuals who might be watching right now, I want you to know that you are valued and that you are capable of great things. It's just a shame that the president doesn't feel the same way. We haven't talked about old Sean Spicy Spicer in a while. That's because he's been purposely MIA in the news, but his absence was made up for in spades this week, which was littered with spicy, hot news about the White House. The White House? Oops. The White House press secretary. It's wet. On Monday, after the White House decided to not allow any audio or video recording during Monday's press briefing, Politico reported that Spicer was looking for his own replacement on the briefing room podium. This, plus the fact that the former White House Easter Bunny was doing double duty after Communications Director Mike Dubke resigned from his post in May, is why he hasn't been in front of the cameras very much. He's busy. But Steve Bannon suggested a different reason for why Sean Spicer hasn't been in the spotlight lately. When a reporter for The Atlantic asked Bannon about it on Tuesday, he simply replied, "Sean got fatter," which is the equivalent of being called a bad driver by someone who literally has no eyeballs. Let's put aside the catty body shaming by the most grotesque human being for 1 second, because Bannon isn't the only one with a skewed sense of reality here. In an interview with Life Zet out yesterday, Spicer said reporters purposely ask him snarky questions on the briefing room floor in the hopes of becoming a famous YouTube star, which is, of course, the #1 reason anybody gets into journalism, for all the wealth and glory and respect that comes with being a YouTube sensation. When you stop to think about it, Spicer's legitimately employed by a former reality TV star whose main objective is to get media attention. So even if reporters had the sole intention of trying to get crazy clips for YouTube, which, let's be clear, they are not, it would be pretty hypocritical for Spicy to shame them for it. And it sure has been an exhilarating week in the world of the world's biggest cinnamon gum fan, and we sure hope he finds a replacement soon. Let's make pretend like the cultural and political drama in America isn't happening for a second, so we can celebrate a more fun drama, specifically that of Game of Thrones. A new trailer was released yesterday afternoon, and it is nothing short of cool, like brr, and sexy, like ah. Take a look.
Don't fight in the north or the south. Fight every battle, everywhere. Always. In your mind.
For centuries, our families fought together against their common enemy, despite their differences, together. We need to do the same if we're going to survive, because the enemy is real. It's always been real.
When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Ooh, yes, sirree. July 16th cannot ride up on its trusty steed soon enough. We're stoked to finally get a glimpse of all the White Walker action, which was conspicuously missing from the first Season 7 trailer. And if you really want to pick apart this thing, save yourself the trouble, because we've already done it. Check out Laura Prudhom's obsessive analysis of this new GOT trailer on Mashable.com. It's really good, I promise you. He said it was going to happen, and then it did. John Oliver correctly predicted that he would get sued by Bob Murray, who, if you recall, is one of the most wealthy coal mining CEOs in the country, and he is also the result of letting a wart grow into a human. Murray filed a suit yesterday in West Virginia claiming that Oliver and his team executed a meticulously planned attempt to assassinate the character and reputation of Mr. Murray and his companies. In Sunday's episode of Last Week Tonight, we showed a clip of the episode right here on this very program. Hi, past me. And if you watch the full episode, you'll see that Oliver mostly just uses Murray's own words to point out inconsistencies in his supposed commitment to the safety of his coal miner employees. But the man just loves to sue people with his millions of sooty dollars, like he did with the New York Times in May. Ken White, a First Amendment litigator, told the Daily Beast that HBO and John Oliver don't really have much to worry about, saying that any core of merit is buried in nonsense, and that there might be one or two statements that could be seen as defamatory since they involve facts, but that there's not much else to go on. And I would be incredibly surprised if HBO didn't run this entire segment by their legal team before letting it air. They are just too experienced for that kind of rookie mistake. All right, I've got a secret to share with you. Deep down in my bones, I wish I was Rihanna. This woman can sing lyrics like, "Sex with me so amazing," and wear the most ridiculous, fierce outfits, and still win a humanitarian award. She can do no wrong. So, I don't blame Twitter user Walad Shami for wanting some advice from the self-proclaimed bad gal about breakups. And best of all, she actually responded to him in a DM. She told him to think of the breakup as a gift and that he should enjoy all that he, as an individual, is. Damn, Riri, you insightful as hell. But more importantly, for her to take the time to share some solid gold wisdom and support for this fan speaks to her character so much. Obviously, Rihanna is bae, but which celeb would you want to give you relationship advice? Let us know in the comments. Okay, I'm not trying to start anything here, but doesn't it seem like Justin Trudeau should simmer down on the cuteness a little bit? It's like, we get it. He's a progressive dreamboat, especially compared to America's leadership. But his latest awe-worthy moment has me thinking he might have officially overdone the adorbs factor. The Prime Minister of Canada appeared on CBC Kids and was asked to hug a unicorn puppet named Gary. This is not a joke, and this is not a drill. Check it out.
It's time for Gary's Hug Club! Yay! Well, hello, fellow friends. I'm Gary the Unicorn, and I'm hanging out with my friend, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. Yay!
Hi, Gary.
Oh, wow, it's so awesome to be here. You know what? I just wanted to ask you something.
Sure.
Did you want to be in my hug club?
I would love to be in your hug club, Gary.
Well, what you have to do is you have to give me a hug that I've never had before.
Oh, boy. I'm going to do what I want to do all the time when I meet people is give them the biggest, squeeziest hug that I can.
Really?
I think that's what you're going to get as a Prime Minister's hug.
Okay.
Ready?
I can't wait for it.
Brace
Okay.
yourself.
I'm bracing myself. Oh, yes! This is the best Prime Minister hug I've ever had!
Okay, I'm not saying that I don't wish I was a unicorn puppet so Justin Trudeau could squeeze me with his luscious toned arms. But come on, hugging a unicorn is a bit much, no? However, again, totally going to dream about him tonight. I can feel it. I want him to hug me in my dreams. But Sarah, will you be my trustin' Trudeau? And I'll be your Gary?
Maybe later.
Okay.